Hello, this is Ann Keeler Evans, poet, tarotist, author of the Peacemaker's Tarot for the 21st century, and you can find me at annkeelerevans.org, where there's lots more things that I do. Today, we are going to look at the compilation of this Emergence Moon, which is bleeding into the Emerging Beauty Moon. I think it's important in these times to remember how messed up this world is, how completely off balance we are, particularly in our country. What we're seeing abroad is that countries are coming together and making a place for one another. They are learning how to work together, which is very exciting. But it's hard for us because we're feeling isolated, we're feeling alone. I want to remind us that other people really have our backs and that we can have each other's backs. And that's partially why my cards are the kind of cards they are. They're asking us not what's going to happen, but what can we do to make a difference in the way the world is? And these cards are very telling. The first card I picked on the night of the end of the Emergence Moon was purpose. What is our purpose in this world? How do we heal and celebrate it? And it was curious because why were we being asked to relinquish and release our purpose at a point when it seems like that's more than it's been? I think that's perhaps because we're going to need to see a bigger purpose and a purpose that has more people joined with it. It's all I can really figure out. And as you know, I'm not making predictions. I'm making suggestions about how to think differently. The next card that we were to ruminate on was the card of the actual dark of the moon. And we were asked, really, I always think of it as sort of floating in a large hot pool. And I know that's what pleases me. So what's the image for you? But I was to think about what wisdom I have. You are to think about what wisdom you have to bring to this party. And we're talking about balancing that wisdom with action and also honoring what we know and honoring all those who taught us. We are people of great power and we're people of great wisdom. And I particularly want to shout out to the elders among us because we know things. We may have forgotten them. We may not think of ourselves as the wise people, but that's who we're being called to be. And you need to remember how much wisdom you have. So who do we honor? How do we balance our wisdom with its application? Because in everything I do, I'm all about the application of what we're up to. I'm an applied theologian. I'm an applied tarot reader, So sorry if you were looking to find out whether you were going to be the most beautiful thing this month. I'm going to say, yeah, I want you to think about your wisdom, which is what makes you beautiful. Makes all of us beautiful. The next card was power. So many of us are feeling powerless in these moments. And that's entirely the intent of people who are trying to change the power structures. And we're feeling as if we are alone in this, as if we don't have what we need, but we do. We are powerful, and together we're incredibly powerful. We can generate power among us, and the sun is coming back. It's turning to spring, so that's a power source. When you and I clasp hands to move forward, we're generating power and we're sharing it. It's one of the things I think a lot of you know that I just went to Antarctica And I will share more of that story with you sometime. But I went with a very dear friend from seminary. No, I went with a very dear friend from college. But we both work in the religion business, and so we have that in common. We were a little anxious about how rocky it might be when we climbed onto islands and whether we were fit enough. And so we decided that we would go as kindergartners go, hand in hand, 2 by 2. And together we were so powerful. Together we are powerful. You and me, hand in hand. And other people, hand in hand, hands into ours, helping us along, coming together, because we will make the difference. I believe in us. I believe in you. I believe in me. So again, I'm Ann Keeler-Evans. Find me at annkeelerevans.org. And salam, shalom, peace, and blessed be. See you next month.